So there is multiple areas in this segment. So first of all, is bots an issue, right? If we look to cyber attacks right now, from every 4 attacks, 3 attacks involve a form of a bot, right? Cyber criminal, they use bots to automate their attacks, to become able to spread even faster and quicker and be able to impact the organization that they are targeting. What human does, we really want to make it very expensive for them to deploy such kind of tools. So our technology really identify if any interaction that takes place on your web application, mobile, or any surface you have that's exposed to internet is really done by a human or it's a bot. It's a fascinating technology, and it really addresses lots of pain points that we're really discussing during this event here. So if we look to the company, how they started, initially, if you know, lots of organizations, they wanted to promote their brands through social media, digital mediums, and so forth. However, if we take some examples that's been misused previously, if you spend $1, for example, on Google, lots of competitors or cyber criminal, they use to consume these funds, especially if you're doing, for example, a pay-per-click. The bots used to go there and just click, for example. Or some of the publishers or organization, they used to misuse their platform by exposing more numbers on what's being consumed on their platform. So for example, we saw some fraudsters, they created a website with content, and then they go to the media agency or even their brands to tell them that there is about like 2 million visitors on their website, there is the interactions and so forth. But actually humans, when the company founded, it's been known as White Ops a couple of years back. It's already more than 10 years old company. And they really wanted to eliminate this fraud from this channel, right? We wanted to identify that if anyone sees an ads on your platform or your mobile and so forth, is really vetted by human. And the company has, tremendously grown over the last couple of years. And one of the application within the ad tech sector is really, we managed to apply it within the cybersecurity industry. So we started to address pain point like accounts takeover, fraudulent accounts creation, content scraping, for example, and many other use cases that many organizations that currently use our technology in order to protect from that. So it's really, I think that's what makes it very fascinating in terms of, I think during the last 10 years, the company has managed to build massive scale. So currently we vet over 15 trillion transactions per week. So we see over 5 billion IP. Just to give you the scale, like the whole IP4 range is about 4 billion. So you can see the scales that we can see, the billions of devices that we see it on a regular basis. So first of all, we do collect signals. We collect more than 2,500 signals from any interaction, either on the mobile phone or the web application or the website, for example. These signals, we collected across multiple layers of the OSI sectors, from layer 4 up to layer 7. All this information, we consume it. We apply statistical analysis, machine learning algorithm, in order to define if this is a bot or a human. And this vast observability that we have is quite tremendous, and increase the quality of the detection that we have and decrease the low false positives that exist in the industry. So it really varies from organization to organization. So and every attacks we look at, we find out that the bots are being used in a different way to achieve the cyber criminal outcomes that they want to. For example, we work with one of the leading organizations here in the Middle East. They are within the travel and hospitality space. And they are leaders, one of the leaders in the industry globally. And when we reach out to them, we told them, like, guys, do you have a bot problems and so forth? They said, like, Tarek, everyone has a bot problem, but it's the matter of to what extent. Unfortunately, the existing technology right now in the market doesn't show you the scalability of these bot activity, and it doesn't show you how bad or good the situation is. So they lack the visibility on what's happening within the web application. With our technology, we install one line of JavaScript code, or we run on the CDN level. We immediately bring this visibility for the CISO, so he can understand what bots are trying to do, right? And based on that, he can decide what actions he wants to take on for these bots. As you know, like, there is good bots and there is bad bots. Like, good bots could be the Google bot that goes to your website to index it, to understand the content and all of that. Bad bots, you have bots that usually connect through data centers, trying to do malicious activity. And also you have sophisticated bots that usually they are smart to outtake, the traditional WAF or a CDN protection in order to achieve their outcomes. When it comes to these organizations, they found out after we deployed our technology that these sophisticated bots, they are compromising their existing customers' account, they're taking that information, taking the information of their credit cards, of their travel documents, and so forth, which was very interesting for them in order to address it, because this is a major risk and privacy risk for the organization. We worked with other organizations like banks. So some of the banks, they deploy multiple WAF CDN technology. Still, cyber criminal, they were able to penetrate about 12,000 of their existing customers base, right? After we deployed our technology, they managed to see exactly what these bots are coming, what they are after. And what's interesting, from these 12,000 compromised accounts that's been accessed by the sophisticated bot, over 1,000 users, they had about $50 million plus within their balance. So the bots, they were going there just to understand what these balance contains, who's the owner, what transaction he's doing, and they're sending this information for a different reason. So we don't work into the disinformation type of detection, right? But we can help you to stop that these bots will not copy the content of your website and start spreading it. So for example, you might be writing an interesting article. The next day you will find it on other 10, 15 other websites that they're using exactly the word that you've been using. With our technology, we can stop these kind of things. And this has a different application. So for example, we work with e-commerce providers where some of their competitors, they just go on a daily basis, they scan all their products, their price list, and then they update their price list to be more competitive. So some of the clients, they wanted to be able to detect that this is happening and stop it and prevent it from happening. So they lost, from a business point of view, they lost a big competitive advantage, because every time they update their price list to be more competitive, their competitors, they're able to compete that immediately.